Spine is a single-player action game that bets everything on cinematic gameplay, combining intense shootouts and merciless close combat. Redline and the Combat Implant. Setting, a future city altered by the AI of the 10 Corporation, a massive conflict between powerful factions. Heroine, Redline, a rebellious street artist fighting the regime. Hero weapon, Spine, a combat implant with its own consciousness that aids her in fights. Unreal Engine 5 and cinematic quality. The game is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. The authors emphasize spectacle, not only through visual effects, but also through realistic, smooth animations. Get ready for brutal and stylish action. Approximate release date 2025. Platforms, PC and current-gen consoles. Forget friendly superheroes. Sony and Insomniac Games rolled out the first gameplay for Marvel's Wolverine, and it's what we've been waiting for, an ultra-bloody berserker who doesn't mess around. The September State of Play 2025 was blown up by these shots. This isn't just action, it's a dark, somber mood and primitive brutality. Logan is no Captain America. He cuts enemies to shreds, and the 16+ rating speaks for itself. Dark gameplay. Insomniac promises fast and very bloody combat gameplay. This is an original story that preserves the spirit of the comics and gives a new, wilder look at the iconic mutant. Enemies and allies. The trailer featured Omega Red, Mystique, and, of course, a Sentinel, that mutant-hunting robot. Prepare for the Reavers faction, which will keep you on edge. Insomniac Games senior manager Iron Jason Spinoza confirmed. Some will fight alongside Logan, others will attack with all their might. Diverse locations, unity of blood. We will see wild, rugged Canadian forests, neon but criminal Tokyo, the crime-ridden Madripoor, and everywhere, man, everywhere, there will be blood. Voice of Rage. The protagonist is voiced by Liam McIntyre, the same J.D. Phoenix from Gears of War. He will embody all of Logan's fury and internal struggle. Story hook. Wolverine sets out to find answers about his dark past, which inevitably leads him to a confrontation with enemies and his own demons. We're expecting more info in early 2026. Release fall 2026 on PlayStation 5 and later on PC. A must-have! The sequel to Cyberpunk 2077 officially no longer carries the codename Project Orion. From now on, it's Cyberpunk 2. CD Projekt Red named it this for the first time, and that's a sign. Pre-production and realistic timelines. Development stage. The project has entered the pre-production stage after completing the conceptual phase. Team. A small but growing team of 96 people is currently working on the game. For comparison, 422 are allocated to The Witcher 4. Cyberpunk 2 is the main project of the Polish studio. Realistic timeline. CDPR head Mikhail Nowakowski clearly stated, the path from pre-production to release is usually 4 to 5 years. Next generation consoles. Given these timelines, do not expect the release of Cyberpunk 2 before 2029, and this means that this titan will not be released on the current generation of consoles. Platforms: PlayStation 6, the new Xbox, and, of course, PC. Conclusion: a new chapter of Cyberpunk awaits us, but on the power of the next generation. This will be an epic, long-awaited saga. As soon as fresh news appears, you will know it first. Creative studio Vertical Games Works announced something dark and ambitious, Project Retrograde. It's a narrative action survival game that throws us into an alternative, dying 1995. The catastrophe. An experiment failed, and an ancient parasite erupted from the depths, devouring the underground world. Protagonist. You are a bounty hunter, and you are infected with this creature. Price of power. Symbiosis is a curse and a source of incredible strength. You can use its abilities, but it threatens your existence. Retro aesthetics. Journey through a mysterious underground world filled with 90s retro technology and a thick, dark atmosphere. The luck system. It's not just survival, it's weather control. The luck system will allow you to change the environment, open new paths, and influence the world. Story mystery. Climb towers, explore hidden zones to uncover the mystery of the parasite and the catastrophe. Project Retrograde promises a gripping story, tense battles, and a post-apocalypse inspired by retro chic of the 90s. Platforms: PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, Steam. The release date is not yet disclosed, but this is a story about the price of power that can save or utterly destroy the world. This isn't just a game, it's a damn revolution in the urban RPG genre. Publisher NetEase Games and Studio Train just showcased a 7-minute slice of gameplay that tore up the internet. And here's a fact that will make your hair stand on end. The number of pre-registrations for Ananta has exceeded 11 million. Think about it, 1 million new signups in just 10 hours. Social media is already going crazy, calling it a triumph of aesthetics, that wild yet stylish mix of genres and cultures, and an open world that's breathing down the neck of the great GTA. The main feature of Ananta is the sense of life, that real, authentic life that doesn't wait for you, the main character, to deign to show up. These aren't just decorations, it's a vast living sandbox where your every sneeze, every cigarette butt tossed, every interaction matters. The developers aren't just promising, they guarantee complete, unconditional freedom. Paths of freedom. Forget about imposed routes. You can wander through crooked back alleys, descend into the dark subway, ride an old bus, or steal, or honestly rent, a helicopter. The map is built like a multi-layered cake, skyscraper rooftops, bustling avenues, tangled underground labyrinths. Choosing your path is not an option, it's the creed of Ananta. NPC revolution. Forget about dummies who stand around waiting for their line. The world of Ananta is populated by characters who live, react, and engage. They might start a fight, ask for help, give a quest that's not in any guide, or simply become the backdrop for unexpected absurdity. Random scenes. The trailer showed that you can stumble upon a mundane but authentic conversation between passersby about the weather adds to the atmosphere. Gang clashes that start with a dirty look and escalate into a full-blown event with a shootout and a chase. That's dynamics, man. That's movement that never stops. Combat in Ananta. Improvise and dominate. Combat in Ananta is pure, undelighted drive and improvisation. Forget about boring skill bars. Here, you grab what's at hand and turn it into a deadly tool. Use the environment. Trash cans, sports equipment, road signs, all are your weapons. The developers want every fight to resemble a spectacular scene from a cult action movie. Dynamics and style. Pick up guns from enemies, combine styles, rely on precise dodges and blocks to unleash an effective counterattack. No two fights should be alike. Uniqueness. They promise it will be unpredictable. Every skirmish is a separate story where your reaction and quick wit, not your level up, are what matter. Role system, the jackpot. The role system is the jackpot. You can not only choose a class, but wear several social masks, radically changing your gameplay. Flexible roles. Want to be a police officer? Unique investigations open up. Prefer hacking? Welcome to digital warfare. Maybe a courier or a streamer? Each role is a new storyline and unique scenarios. Impact on the world. Your choice influences the world's perception. You don't just do quests, you change how NPCs see you, how factions interact with you. Absurdity and surrealism. And here's where the craziest part begins. The developers aren't afraid to experiment. Yes, you heard right. A walking toilet might be speeding through the streets. Ananta is a place where the mundane coexists with surrealism and unexpected absurdity. The city itself is a character, full of secrets and wild humor. Ananta release 2026. Platforms: PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, iOS, and Android. Get ready, this will be a long-awaited slam dunk. At the Xbox presentation in Tokyo, it happened! Forza Horizon 6 is officially announced! All leaks are confirmed! We are going to Japan! Microsoft showed a short teaser, but the details were enough to blow up the community. Seasonal change. Playground Games doesn't just promise, they will significantly refine the season change system. This will affect not only the appearance, but also the sound and atmosphere. Imagine drifting on wet autumn roads in Tokyo or racing through snowy mountains. More cars. The car selection will be much wider than in the fifth installment. Get ready to build your dream garage. Authenticity. The developers promise a realistic approach to the locations of the land of the rising sun, unique Japanese driving culture, and many locations, from multi-layered, bustling Tokyo to quiet rural areas. Release 2026 on PC and Xbox Series. And the most important thing, the game will be ported to PlayStation 5 later. Gameplay details early next year. Mafia! Old Country became the most profitable game of August, and the studio Hangar 13 is not slowing down. The voice actress slipped up on a stream that a new installment in the franchise is already in development. Direct confirmation. Karina Conti, the voice of Isabella Country, confirmed during a stream with American streamer Bubbly Nuggets that Hangar 13 has been given the green light for another Mafia project. Rumors and expectations. There are no specifics yet, but it could be a continuation of Old Country or a completely new time period. In any case, we will once again immerse ourselves in the world of organized crime, intrigue, and incredible atmosphere. We are awaiting official announcements, but the fact itself warms the soul. Mafia is coming back! Silent Hill F, the first original full-fledged installment in the series since Downpour in 2012, is out! And yes, it received warm reviews, although it didn't kill the hype of the Silent Hill 2 remake. Rating, a respectable 83% on Steam. Gamers praise it for incredible atmosphere and the psychological aspect of horror, decent optimization and a powerful soundtrack, a gripping story and artistic design in the style of Japanese folklore. Critique? The main sticking point is the combat system. Oh, the stamina bar raises questions. Monotony and, most strangely, the ability to become too strong by the end of the game, transforming from prey into predator. Oh, and of course, the $70 price tag. Though the developers defend it, the endings are completely different. The game needs to be played more than once. At its peak, Silent Hill F gathered 21,000 concurrent players on Steam. This is less than Silent Hill 2 Remake, 23,600, and other 2025 hits. Conclusion? The game is good, but perhaps it lacked the same hype as the sequel. Write in the comments what you think of Silent Hill F. After the colorful and kind Dave the Diver, Korean studio Mint Rocket suddenly rolls out Knock 1, Last Paradise, a dark PvPvE third-person action game with elements of stealth and survival. Stealth and zombies? A 22-minute gameplay of one of the city raids was shown. General idea: sneak so as not to wake the zombies. If they wake up, run away with the loot in your pockets. The nature of the zombie apocalypse? In Knock 1, zombies cannot simply be killed. They rest and recover. That is why humanity lost this war. Mechanics, interface, and the oppressive sound design were demonstrated. The atmosphere of tension and constant threat is felt at every step. Approximate release date: early 2025 on PC. A former Rockstar Games employee worked on GTA 5, Bully, and Red Dead Redemption, announced Last Sentinel, a AAA third-person action game with a huge open world. Hiromi Shota and futuristic Tokyo. Studio, Lightspeed LA, a division of Lightspeed Studios, which employs more than 200 industry veterans. Setting: the action will take place in futuristic Tokyo. Hero: Hiromi Shota, a fearless warrior who saves helpless people and robots from imminent death in the trailer. Expectations from Rockstar veterans. When the people who created GTA 5 and RDR take on a huge open world in futuristic Tokyo, it automatically becomes a major event. The game is being created on Unreal Engine 5. Details on the story and gameplay? Early 2025. No release date or platforms yet, but it's gonna be epic! After more than 2 years of silence, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando made a triumphant return at Gamescom 2025. Studios Saber Interactive and Focus Entertainment rolled out the first gameplay trailer. Hurricane action in 80s style. Atmosphere. The game is infused with 80s action movies, the horror aesthetics of John Carpenter's films, and the style of Stranger Things, but cranked up to the max. Gameplay. This is a hurricane cooperative shooter in the spirit of Left 4 Dead. A team of 4 players shoots hordes of zombies and disgusting monsters with giant tentacles. Transport. You can move around both on foot and in vehicles. Drive. A killer soundtrack and a style inspired by the best action movies of the last century. Cross-platform and release window. Crossplay. Cross-platform cooperative play is confirmed. Gamers on different platforms will be able to team up for joint survival. Release: early 2026. PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. Get ready for some toxic mayhem! Studio 5 column announced Kaidan, a cinematic action game inspired by Japanese folklore and steeped in an atmosphere of nightmarish fantasy. Hero: you are a seeker, balancing between life and death. Plot: after a deal with a mysterious messenger, you get a second chance, but with the obligation to cleanse the land of Kaiguchi from yokai, distorted monsters destroying the world. Atmosphere: dark locations of feudal Japan, perverted by the influence of cosmic horror. Combat: fights promise to be bloody and brutal. Every encounter with a yokai is a personal trial. Multiplayer: in addition to the single-player campaign, multiplayer will also be available. Release: 2026 on Steam PC. The game relies on spectacle and atmosphere.